everyone, it's Killshot99 Dead, and this is The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 10, 5 best scenes from the previous week. We got some really good suggestions, and I did reach out to the patrons. We did a little survey over on the Patreon channel, and we're going to get some of their thoughts included in this video before we get too far into it. We see Valar in the house. What's up, Valar? Super chatting it up. Hello, 99 Army. Kill, Steph, Emmy, Kel, Sweet Tommy sponsors Patreons, and of course, all of our super chatting 999 Army group. Good stuff this week. A lot of you rated this video really, really high. We are going to, I'm sorry, this last episode, not the video. You can rate the video high too if you want. Real quick announcement, we are going to do some bold predictions tomorrow. We like to do those on Wednesday before the spoilers come out, and I think we're having a lot of fun with that too, because we've seen a little bit of the opening minutes and the introduction of Alpha, and we know it's going to be wrong answer. It's going to be all about the wrong answer this week. Hopefully you guys are staying warm. Looks like another one of those winter things going through, and everybody's going to be snowed down, bogged down, and then maybe Thursday it's going to be warm, and it's all going to melt, and we'll be back to normal life again. Crazy, crazy month. So who knows? Weather is, hey, you know what? If the weather outside's frightful, we will hang out and talk a little bit about The Walking Dead, because that's how we roll. Also, Thursday, don't forget, we'll be doing a little bit of Game of Thrones too, and hopefully have the spoilers on Thursday night. So, if you guys were here for last week's episode, then you kind of know the way the format works. I'm just going to go through some of the scenes and kind of give you where my 5 stacked up, but it is a combination. I didn't do this alone. So we'll start out. I had this rated really, really high, and I'm going to ask you guys to kind of play along. You got to think about the whole episode. But number 5, it looks like the consensus was the Lydia and Henry worm-eating scene. So I had that high. I had that like number 2, and apparently I was all alone with that. I thought it was a touching, moving moment where Henry finally went to the point of no return. At that point, we know Henry is in love beyond all control, because if you eat a worm for someone, there are no limits of what you might do. But the group said it was a 5. Now, one of the scenes that did not make it, and I did put this up as a Patreon, apparently the horse Walker eating scene, Walker's devouring, got like 0 votes. Nobody is a fan of that. They've killed way too many horses on The Walking Dead, so every time they do it, it will not rate very highly. So that's where it came in, number 5. I'm going to ask you guys, throw out, give me some suggestions. What did you guys have for number 5? We got a lot of people that did not like the worm scene, that's for sure. Hey, Casey liked the horse scene. Casey, where would you put that in your top 5? Just curious. I put it up there as an option. Nobody voted for it. Well, it's perfect timing, Kels. Drama King, that's a good point. Daryl bragging about how much firepower they got. We got a firepower to light you up. A baby? You brought a baby? That'd be like, to me, that was my Daryl Rick Grimes scene. You know, when Rick's like, are you talking about me? You're talking about me? And Daryl's like, a baby? Same thing, different voice, different. That's Daryl's moment. Alpha, boy, Alpha is sneaky, man. She is sneaky. A baby whisperer. That's an oxymoron. There's so many oxymorons, but well, I guess maybe not quite. But the baby's gonna scream, not gonna whisper. That's for sure. Star Guitar Goddess says Henry calling Daryl an asshole. That's top 5 for sure. I mean, we're getting so much dialogue. I would do a word count. How many people And this is a serious survey. How many people think Daryl spoke more in episode 10 than he did all of season 8? Think about that for a second. I mean, I'm not going to go back and watch it all and do a word count. If you guys are really, really bored and somebody wants to do that and send the information over, then it'd be interesting just to see how many total words. All right, let's move on. Let's get, here's number 4. Number 4, and you know what? There were some comments with this in the Patreon, the Patreon chat, so I do want to read that as well. But number 4 was Lydia about to attack Henry. And let's see what your number 4 is, because that was pretty popular. We'll get a couple more people. And I just hope I'd never have to choose between eating dog food and a worm. In all seriousness, I think I might just starve. Kimberly M says, Lydia trying to attack Daryl. Good point. Creepy, that would have been ranked number 1. If Lydia would have even just gotten a shot off, just one little hammer shot there, we could have moved it to number 1. All right, here's a couple comments on that from our Patreon group. So we got Jason, the Mixologist Daily, says the most impactful scene for me when Lydia was going to hit Henry over the head with a hammer and she heard the baby crying. It was at that point she realized that Henry's right. The world she once knew could exist and that her mother was brainwashing her. What do you think? What do you think about the Mixologist deep analysis of that? I think it's spot on. Could be the most important scene, but I guess we could debate whether it's the best scene or not. Good stuff there, Jason. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to give you my number 3, and I'd ask you guys to jump in and give me your number 3 as well. I'm going to call on a couple people. My number 3 was when Lydia attacked Daryl. You know, because they showed the what was like the little hook in the wall, and when the camera zoomed into the hook in the wall, you're like, she's gonna try to get that thing loose. But what is she thinking trying to attack Daryl? Steph said, I would cut her for that. Fair enough. One does not just attack Daryl. Yeah, they zoomed in. It's like, something sneaky is going to happen. And what is that? Is that like a place where you hang your coat before you get arrested or locked up in the hilltop? I'm not sure their idea of jailing someone or prison is the same as Alexandria. No, but Lydia thinking that she could attack Daryl. Here's why that's really, really bad. All right, one, Lydia just surrendered to Daryl and Michonne. Now, they had weapons. But Lydia's on one side of the bar and Daryl's on the other side. What is she going to do, bite his arm? And when I saw that scene, here's the only analogy that I could possibly think of. And you guys are probably like, okay, well, why is it one of the best scenes? And on second thought, I have no idea. I have no idea why it's number 3. So, but you know what? It's too late to take it back. It's number 3. One thing we will do is we'll take one down and pass it around. So for now it's number 3. But I just talked myself out of it. The only analogy that I had with that is she's like a rat, and that's what a rat would do, right? I guess if you walk through one of those, I don't know, you see them in the movies. I don't know if it's really true because I've never been in the tunnels of New York. But you see, like, when in these movies where they're walking through like these tunnels in New York, then a rat like jumps up on somebody. That's what I felt like Lydia was. Now, don't get me wrong. A rat could bite you and poison you or do something to you, whatever rats do. But yeah, I felt like that's how much of a disadvantage she was. And Daryl would just kind of just brush her off like a little rat. And they are animals, so why not? Anyway, that's number 3. Number 2. Oh, we got Roxanne Dunlap says number 3 because she had the balls to attack. I'll give you that. You know, for now, we'll leave it up there. One thing we did last week is we removed one of them, and if I had to do it again, I would probably remove that one. But it's all good. So, number 2 is Alpha killing Frank in the flashback. There were a lot of scenes to choose from the flashback, but you couldn't really make the whole flashback thing one big scene. I guess it was the psychology of the scene, but when you boil it down of all the things we could have said, okay, Alpha or Frank, whoever it was, one of them's playing chess or checkers. We don't even know. And one of them is singing. It's probably Frank that's singing. And I imagine if we zoom in and see Alpha's arm, she's not going to have a Lydia tattoo. So it had to be Frank with the tattoo. But Alpha killing Frank. And you guys go ahead and type, see if you had a number 2 that was different. Colder scene than the first guy she killed. Yeah. And when you finally figured out it wasn't the walker that bit him. Amy, you're agreeing with that, number 2? All right, I just want to see if we're all on the same page with it. I think we know the number 1. But I'm going to go ahead and ask. The number 1 scene from last week, this got a lot of votes, and this was actually my vote too, was the Alpha Daryl scene where Alpha says she's there for her daughter. And that's why it's up on the screen. So anybody disagree that... Wrong answer. Number 1, closing scene with Alpha. Most people said that. I'm going to read a couple more comments from the Patreons to let you know how some of our loyal Patreons think. So, we've got Mish Puddin says, number 1, Alpha coming for Lydia. Number 2, the introduction of Alpha when she killed the guy barehanded. Number 3, Alpha killing Frank. Number 4, Daryl and Lydia conversation where they bond. Number 5, Lydia was going to kill Henry. Kitty Pet, super chatting it up. Hit the like for the top 5. That's what I'm talking about. Hype it up. Pike that like button, everybody, if you guys are having a good time this week, because we're going to talk a whole lot of Walking Dead. This is just our, this is our second? Well, I guess if the week starts on Sunday, it's just like our 5th. We are busy, busy, busy. But Tuesday night, just one stream. We like to do a little bit of recap. Let's see. Kamikaze. Cammy, the Kamikaze one, says number 1, Alpha coming for Lydia. Number 2, Alpha killing Frank. Number 3, Daryl and Henry conversation. I didn't have that in my top 3. Number 4, Daryl and Lydia. And number 5, the worm scene. We're pretty close there. Crystal Singer Chick actually said number 1 was I want my daughter. I'm telling you, it's becoming more like Arnold Schwarzenegger by the day. Lisa Khaleesi, number 1 scene, I liked when Lydia came to realize her mom had been lying to her all the time. And Lisa, that might be right about the same time Jason said when she had the hammer and then she heard the baby crying. Lee George, number 1, Alpha coming for Lydia. Good stuff. So you guys can see where we stand with the Patreon. Pretty well aligned. All right, let's mix one up. I'll give you the top 5 one more time. And I'm going to allow each of you to pull out one of these wonderful numbers that we have here. So number 5, top 5 scenes according to my list, Lydia and Henry worm scene. Number 4, Lydia about to attack Henry. Number 3, Lydia attacking Daryl. Number 2, Alpha killing Frank. And number 1, Alpha killing Gabe. Give me a number from 1 to 5, which one you'd like to remove, and then we'll see if we can add another one in its place. So, was there nothing in... Really? You guys are all... Come on, don't remove my worm scene. That was a beautiful moment. We got it. All right, we're getting some 3s in here. A good portion of the episode was the scene where Magna, Yumi, Connie, Kelly, Tara were out there. See, here's what's confusing me a little bit. And I think it's just a little Walking Dead hype because we hype it up. Could we agree that the worst part of the episode was that little excursion that Magna, Yumiko, and Tara and everybody went out to look for Luke and to look for Alden? Because nobody said anything about liking it. They didn't like the horses. They didn't like the walkers. They didn't like that they went back. I mean, nobody's talking about it. There you go. Nadine saying it was pointless. It was okay. I'm asking this for a reason. There's always a reason, right? When I ask you guys to give me a score for the episode, many of you said 9, 9.5, or 10. Right? It was one of the higher rated episodes we've seen in a long time. But there were at least, 7, 8 minutes dedicated to that, going out there trying to find them and then coming back. So if we pulled that out of it, oh my God, you guys would have been like a 12. So that means the only 2 other things that really happened were the flashback scenes and the dialogue between Daryl, Lydia, and Henry. And I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is that in my mind, that drug it down a little bit. So if they just would have stuck to the alpha story and that, many people would have, I guess, rated it as a perfect episode. Yeah, I'm just trying to take in a couple comments here. So it looks like a whole lot of people voted at the very end to take out number 3. You know what? It might have been the worm scene, but it doesn't matter. I'm taking out number 3. I'm leaving it. Sorry, I'm leaving it. It was that important to me that I cannot have a top 5 scene without... 3 was Lydia attacking Daryl. Look, let's analyze this for a moment. I'm Angie Homan. I'm absolutely leaving the worm scene in there. I mean, she dug that thing out and took it, and then yeah, okay, true love. But Lydia attacking Daryl was almost as pointless in my mind as them going out and then coming back. And they vote on everything. So, you know, Coalport, I'm going to have to watch that again, too. That seemed a little, you know, it was a good episode. It was a really good episode. And I'm trying not to sound super negative. But it was very anticlimactic because they're out there looking. And I think it was Yumiko, right? Where at first it was her and somebody said, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "I can't stop thinking about Coalport." And the next thing you know, like she's daydreaming. And then a walker comes out of nowhere. You know, walker sound effect. A walker attacks. They get rid of the walker. And I've only watched it once, so I'm going off of memory here. And then after that, it was Kelly who was talking about Coalport and how Luke was the one that helped her. Am I right with that? So the walker seemed to me like, look, you're out there to find somebody. You don't have no damn time to daydream. And the second she let, you didn't hear that walker walking. You didn't sense that presence. Connie can sense a whisper watching her in a wagon a quarter mile away, and you didn't know that walker was like literally right over your shoulder getting ready to attack you. And in fact, none of you, and you weren't even talking, you were daydreaming. You definitely should have heard it. Do walkers not make noise when they walk? They don't rustle leaves? Just saying. So to me, that scene was, yeah, I didn't like it. It felt very filler-ish. Like I said, I will watch it again. But if you guys have it, if you got it on download and you just want to go back and check out that scene just to see, it does seem like the walker got there in a hurry. Like all of a sudden it's over his shoulder. And I'm like, wait a minute. Yumiko was just like tripping about Coalport, and then all of a sudden there's a walker that showed up. What's that about? And then later on, Yumi was clearly over it, and then it was Kelly that was crying. I mean, it's important, but I just thought the timing was bad. Like, we gotta find a way to get her attacked and get them in trouble. Steph, I absolutely think we should do a I think we should do a 999 gummy. You know what? I will look into it. If we can get branded candy, we will have a 999 gummy worm in honor of Lydia and Henry. So if we take out Lydia trying to attack Daryl, which was completely pointless, you know, just out of complete sarcasm, I would not. I could put the Coalport scene in there, number 3, because it would be the best. I don't know, the best imitation of Fear the Walking Dead. Maybe that's where I would put it in. So give me another scene. If we're going to take out the Lydia attacking Daryl, there's got to be something else. You know, the Daryl, no, Coalport scene, please. The Daryl Henry dialogue wasn't bad, but it was kind of an extension because you saw it building up a little bit. Like Daryl walking away a couple times. Anytime abuse came up, Daryl had to GTFO it. He was gone. And then Henry, with the big reveal at the end, it was like, wait a minute. Were you beaten? I mean, yes, Henry. And then Henry's like, I'm glad you're my mom's friend. How old is Henry? Henry's 15, 16, right? Can we give him 15 or 16 maybe? Let's just take a stab at it here. Anybody knows Henry's real age? All right, 15 or 16. Some of the scenes, Judith has a more adult dialogue. And you know what? There you go. See, Kitty Pet super chatting. How is it pointless? Daryl found Lydia's marks from being abused. Okay, you know what? I'm with you. See, that's why I had it at number 3. You reminded me why I had it at number 3. I knew it was an important scene. All right, we're leaving it. Good job, Kitty Pet. That is perfect. So the Lydia attacking Daryl and Daryl finding out she was abused. Good call out. Now I don't have to give added value to wait, who was it? Who was it the other night that said they thought Henry's role was really good in this episode? Speak up. Go ahead and admit it. Claim it. And it wasn't Matt Lentz. Like I said, I'm neutral with Matt. I'm not here to bash Matt. I think he's okay. I just don't like Henry. That part, that dialogue too, I think was a little disturbing. Henry, he speaks to Daryl in fragments, and Daryl kind of speaks in fragments too. So between both of them, there's not a complete conversation. Capo from Mars. Face reveal. Henry had potential, but now hate him. Capo is going to do a face reveal. Henry, I agree with you. Henry did have some potential. But I just don't feel like his dialogue matches his age. I understand he's been a little sheltered. But let's break this down, okay? Let's compare 10-year-old Judith to 15, 16-year-old Henry. Judith has a big gun and says things like, there's a lot of people looking for you. What do we do now? I mean, there's some thought behind it, and Negan is shocked at her advanced dialogue. But Henry, were you beaten? It's just a bunch of one-liners. And I'm glad you're my mom's friend. I don't know. I'm not going to dwell on it. I could probably go through a whole lot of Henry's past. But, yeah, I don't like the way they did his character. I love the way they have done Judith's characters. Judith's character. It's amazing. And I feel like we're going to be stuck with Henry for a long time. Star guitar. It's the hormones kicking in. And his decision making to keep unlocking people and letting them out of gates and jail cells. Why does everything with him have to be sneaky? I mean, I guess it kind of accomplished what we want to accomplish because she just happened to hear the baby and have the flashback. So we got to where we wanted to go. But, Henry could have went to Daryl and said, look, let me just give her a tour around the hilltop, show her what we got going on. I mean, Daryl did tell him it's going to take everybody. Let her walk around for 20, 30 minutes. See what we're all about. Yeah, see, that's a big mistake, Sam, because they're trying to put him in Carl's storyline. Yeah, I literally opened a can of worms here. Oh, that was good. You see what I just did? Because there was a worm scene with Henry, and I compared Henry to Judith. Okay. Probably the wrong thing to do because it just made his character look much, much worse. And I thought it was good. All right, let's okay, we got a top 5 that we're okay with. We're going to do a little bit of a prelude to tomorrow's stream. So first of all, you guys know, when you attend these videos, there's a theme, but the theme does shift. Everybody that's here every night, you understand that. we'll start down something, but it depends. It depends on whether it's going to be a 30-minute video or, a 45-minute stream, an hour stream. And a lot of times, either there's good comments or a super chat that'll shift it over as well. Those viewers, they're just watching for the first time. Subscribe, hang out with us. No two videos that we do are the same. They are constantly evolving videos because of the real-time interaction with each and every one of you. And that's what I love about our group. So, not to spoil anything, but the Jerry, Carol, Ezekiel scene, you guys help me with this. Was that the teaser or was that the opening minutes? I think it was the opening minutes, right? There's 3 different ones. One is next week, and then one is the teaser, and then one's, opening minutes. Now, those that don't want to know anything that happens in the opening minutes, I got to ask you to kind of check out for a little bit. We did say that because the opening minutes are all over the internet, that we will talk about them in all videos, not just spoiler videos. But just as a courtesy for people that don't want to know even the first couple minutes, I got to just say it. But we will be talking about that all week long. So I'd say just hang out with us and go on to the 20 YouTubers that cut and paste the opening minutes and post it like it's their original content. That, I got to tell you guys, that annoys the hell out of me. It really does. I get it. If you want to have an original topic and you want to get people together like we do and you want to talk about a theme, but trying to race and get the opening minutes posted before 50 other YouTubers is just tacky. I'm not gonna dwell on it too much, but I just wish that stuff didn't happen. I wish it was more quality content. Now, if at least one of them didn't do it, then I probably wouldn't have the opening minutes. So I'd like to think one of them for doing it. The other 49, yeah, I can do without you guys. But to the one person that I did watch, Jerry is about to Jerry's about to be a dad. So I know the first thing some people are saying is Jerry is a goner. And how do I say her name? Is it Nebula? Nebula? I don't know. That sounds like a constellation in Star Trek. I think her name is something like that. It's not quite Nebuchadnezzar. Nabila, that's what it is. Thank you. Got it. She's pregnant. So, instantly, everybody's going crazy saying that's a death sentence for Jerry. However, and I'm willing to put this out there as a bold prediction. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking, Casey. Could Nabila get Rosita's comic death? What do you think? Maybe Ezekiel goes, maybe Nabila goes, and Jerry sticks around. I don't think we lose Jerry. I agree with that, Derek. I don't think we lose Ezekiel and Jerry. And I do think Ezekiel's a goner. But I did hear the internet was going crazy, like, oh my God, that means Jerry's gone. Nah. I think somebody that Jerry cares about. And that's what Alpha does. She's going to disrupt by breaking up some of these families. So, is it possible? I know this might be a little bit extreme, and I don't want I don't want to get rid of all the content we're going to talk about tomorrow because we are going to do some bold predictions. I do like doing me some bold predictions. Could Alpha really be that evil that she's going after the babies and the pregnant women intentionally? What do you think about that? Would that be a whole different level? Like, I'm just not going to kill the older ones because you're going to die anyway. We're going to kill the next generation because there is no next generation. That's twisted. Yeah, see, I'm seeing like some, oh my God, she's got a baby alarm clock walking around that she's willing to drop at the drop of a hat, I guess. You know what? It's been one of those weeks. I don't even know what I was thinking there. But yeah, that's one part of it. She's going to storm up in the middle of their fair. It certainly take them out. Right. I mean, Steph, she's killed horses. They're already murdering horses. They're going to throw babies down. They potentially could murder pregnant women. This is going to be a long road, everybody. It's going to be a long road. And we better not jinx it because dog is still out there. I'm not willing to do a bold prediction about dog, but I'm going to stay neutral. But you know what? I'll ask the group. You guys think there's any possibility Daryl loses his dog? I mean, that dog's been with him for a while. He really cares about him. That would send Daryl to a whole different level. Not this season. Roxanne says, Alpha don't care. Alpha's like the honey badger. Honey badger don't give a... She doesn't care. Ooh, Jason says Beta kills dog. Valar says, was it the lady's baby from the hilltop? I'm confused. No. Well, I don't think so. I think there were two babies. I think the one baby was somebody in the hilltop walking around. I don't think they were like a spy or anything. And there was the Whisperer baby. So there's a lot of babies. Hey, 7 years, been a lot going on. Well, maybe not a lot going on because they've had some free time. But yeah, certainly seem like different babies. And then, I mean, look. You got those two newborn babies. Then you got Rosita. Then you got Nabila. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot happening. Omicron. Let's give a shout out to a friend and new member. Drabies. I'm just going to do it like Nabila. Now, the reason I asked the question is if Alpha is out there taking people down that could be expecting, maybe, oh no, she can't kill both. The Walking Dead wouldn't do that, would they? I mean, would they do that to prove a point to all the people saying, there's no way they're going to kill a pregnant woman? Nope, they won't kill a pregnant woman. But they'll kill 2 pregnant women. Wouldn't that be a slap in the face? just to prove everybody wrong? I mean, we saw what they did last season with the spoilers. With the little coffee circles, and then they put that actually in one of the scenes. You just never know. Yeah, see, Drama King, maybe if Game of Thrones kills one, Walking Dead's going to be like, you know what? We're going to do two. You guys had the red wedding. We're going to have the red fair. Imitation is the best form of flattery. Do it. Do it and do it better. Steph says she throws puppies in the mix. She'll hate her more than... Steph, you're going to love Negan by the time we get to season 10. I can see it already. Steph's going to be quoting his lines, giggling, using his catchphrases. You sure as shit did. I like to swear in front of my friends. I can see Steph doing it now. Every Negan line will be a party of its own. You guys wait. That's going to be my bold prediction. I'm just checking out a couple of comments here. Jerry is a fighter, and I mean, I think Jerry could have been one of the ones to go if I wasn't so sure that Ezekiel's going to go. I just don't feel like both. It's a good point. Jim 09 says Jesus was a fighter too. You know, we forget Jesus was probably one of the might have been the best hand-to-hand combat person on the show. He's not safe. Who is safe? William Finney super chatted up, says, I can't wait to see how evil this group gets. I'm excited. Well, I mean, look at the screen and just look at that face. That is revenge, determination. I don't care. I mean, and super, super quick with the wrong answer. Yeah, Heart of Nixie, you know, me too. I do miss Abraham beyond belief. But if I would have liked Negan, I would have appreciated Negan's sense of humor. Let me kind of give a caveat to that. I like comic Negan so much better than I like television Negan. I really saw like a dark side. And it, you know what? It was 7-1. In 7-1, even before he beat down Glenn. When he put the bat up to Rick's face. But in the comics, it's almost like he just doesn't stay mad for more than 2 seconds. The TV show, you could definitely see some some regret, some loss. It is kind of funny, though, as much as I hated Negan, the show has helped, but going back and reading the comics has definitely kind of eased me from the hate Negan bandwagon. Yeah, there's a lot of missing Abraham. But Jerry's lines they're good, but they're just not great. They're not Abraham great. How many people are really anxious to see what Beta is going to bring to the table? First scene with Beta, are we going to see him like just rummaging? Well, you know what we do know? We know that Beta is not looking for Lydia. See, that's what we weren't sure. When we did the prediction a couple weeks ago, it was like we see the scene with Beta. He's going through, and you guys know what that's called. You know what? I'll save some of that for tomorrow night. But that's called funneling. We funnel. And it's where we take these trailers and these teasers and we see scenes from the future and we go back and try to figure out when we will see that, when we won't. And now that Alpha has kind of pretty much found Lydia, that could be Beta wrecking Alexandria. And I will do that. Tomorrow I'll go out on a limb and say Alpha's in one spot, Beta's hitting another spot. And I don't think the people at Alexandria are ready for what's about to go down. Oh, man, Angie, I don't know that I can do an Abraham in person. I'd have to watch a couple episodes. It's been so long since I saw Abe. Julia, you're ready to and hope to like Beta? Oh, you're not going to like Beta. Beta is an extension of Alpha. Just something to make her look even more evil than ever. We're getting some of the best Abraham quotes around today. Who's Deanna? I do like the commercial with Abraham and Eugene. I thought that was clever during the Super Bowl. All right, you know what? I don't want to get too far into tomorrow night's stream, so I'm going to, let's wind it down. We're about 53 minutes. Great conversation, good dialogue. Like I said, as we started out with the 5 best scenes, I think next week the 5 best scenes is going to be a little bit better because this show this week was about 3 long scenes, and they were broken down to a bunch of different choppy things that happened. Maybe 4. Depending on how you want to break down the Magna Yumiko thing. Next week, I think you're going to see a whole lot of action, a whole lot of different things taking place. And I now throw this out there for the group, and we can do this in our, just something to think about for bold predictions. Will we see an official death next week? Will we finally see a character die in episode 11? Leave your thoughts, and if you think so, which character do you think is going to be the first to die in the second half? Some people saying no. Some people saying yes. We got some votes for Luke. I mean, they can't really go. Now, look, we did see Frank die. So, yeah, we got some flashback death, but that's not quite the same. I'm talking about current state of mind. All right. We're going to wind it down with that. So we did a couple teaser questions for tomorrow. Show up tomorrow night for our Wednesday bold predictions. I'm going to come up with several topics, and we're going to go off on some different tangents of what we think is going to go down, not just for tomorrow, but as we, this week's episode, but as we wind it down and get closer and closer. There's already been several clues that we can look to expect that are starting to come true. One, obviously, being the baby scene and what's going on with Henry and Lydia. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. Do want to give several shout-outs. We got the Patreons in the top left-hand corner. What an awesome group of people. Thank you so much, everybody. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, participate in a few extras that we do from time to time. There's a link down below. Also, the Super Chatters. We got Valar. We got Kitty Pet. We got Capo from Mars. William Finney. And also Drama King just Super Chatted. Said, who thinks Beta's first appearance will be a kill? Let's throw that out there. You guys hit me with that super chat real quick. Who thinks Beta's first appearance is going to be a kill? I don't think so. Drama, only because I think Beta's first appearance is going, well, let me backtrack a little bit. It depends. If his first appearance could be with Henry, and if that's the case, it won't be a kill. But if he's like storming in another area, let's say he's in Alexandria and he walks in there and kills somebody, and then he's on his way back and he sees Henry. Yeah, it's going to be, that's a hard one to predict. But you know what, Drama? Bring it up tomorrow, and we will do a bold prediction for that as well. We got sponsors in the top right-hand corner. Everybody hit that like button if you love our moderators. Our moderators are great. Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells do a great job. Can we get this thing up to 120, 130 likes just for our mod crew? And everybody else, do me a big favor. Give me a quick 999 in chat so I can do some of the super chats while you guys are piking the like button. So I want to say what's up to Amy Ferrero, also to Shane Yutzy, Jason Rayner, William Finney, Star Guitar Goddess, the person from Chile with a really, really long name. And I know it says something, something, and handsome. So we'll call you Handsome Chili. And Gene Alexander, Michelle Grimes, Crystal Singer Chick, Jim 09, Rebecca Briggs, Deborah Johnson, good to see you, Julia Drums, Rebecca Mendez, Bad Hair Day Lady, Kamikaze One, never get that out of my mind now, Lynn Nesvik, thank you, Samantha Coombs, thank you, Gina Crockett, appreciate you being a part of it, Zach Gidry, Pauline Denardis, thank you, Del Marva, Omicron, Taps Ghost Lover, Lisa Khaleesi, Diana C. Also, a special shout out for all of our Patreons who participated in the survey for their top 5. Bumblebee Brown, have a good night. Natalie, have a good night. Eric C., what's up? Jason Craig, Dark Stark Killer, Joyce Andrews. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here. And if you guys are expecting a whole lot of snow or ice, whatever part of the country you're in tomorrow, just be safe. All right, everybody. If there's a whole lot of snow, maybe we'll do a early live stream if everybody is home with nothing to do. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Otherwise, I'll see everybody tomorrow night at 9:30. If I didn't give you a shout out, I'll